Welcome to the show, everyone. And I know a lot of people out there know that right now it's senior season. It really, truly is. And I'm excited about bringing on my first guests. I have with me Helen and Jennifer Walker. Welcome to the show. You are the owners of Walker and Walker Healthcare Advisors.
Yes, ma'am.
And I want you to talk a little bit. You've been here now a few times. Thank you. And I want you to tell everybody first a little bit about yourselves and what you do, but I do want to say hi to everybody out there on Facebook land, so hi to everybody there. So, and it's a cool thing about this show is that you can watch us in here doing this show live by going up onto Facebook and putting in Networking Arizona all spelled out, and you can watch us in here doing it. It's pretty fun to do. So let's talk about you guys and why you're so busy these days.
Well, it's that time of year that we really work hard. We kind of just coast the rest of the year, but this is the time that we are able to have a sit down and chit chat with you about your current plans. This is your opportunity to review the current healthcare plan that you're on to make sure that it's okay for next year. So that's the reason we get to talk to you a lot right now.
And your company, I want to talk about what makes you different.
Sure.
Let's talk about that.
Well, I've been in insurance all of my adult life. I raised my children on adults. I was property casualty. But for the last 20 years, I've just been focused on Medicare, just Medicare. So anything that has anything to do with Medicare, I don't care what kind of plan it is, a supplement, advantage, HMO, PPO, special needs, dual needs, it doesn't matter. Anything having to do with Medicare, I've been working with for the last 20 years.
Now, what I like about this team
Yeah.
is that you bring a little bit both the old and the new. I gotta say the old and the new there, Helen. And, I'm
Definitely.
probably close right by you. So, let's tell everybody because it is nice that you are a little bit older.
Yes, just
So
a wee bit.
being that you're on that senior side, that you can understand them, you walk in their shoes, you understand it. But then Jennifer, you also bring in the new and the young in there as well. Let's talk about what makes you as a team so fantastic.
So I have a background in medical and in insurance. So for over 10 years, I actually ran a claims department. So I have the perspective from the carrier, but also from the doctor's offices as well, because I had folks that were liaisons that worked directly with the doctor's office. So when I came onto the Medicare front, it's been 5 years. It's been a full circle moment because now I'm looking at it from the beneficiary standpoint as well as the carrier, as well as the doctor's office. So I can kind of look at it from a perspective if they're not sure, why wasn't this paid? Why isn't this covered? How do I go about these steps? I've got that background to help answer those questions too.
Right. So the other thing is that you work statewide, and folks, this is a free service to you. Your individuals, you get paid by the carriers, and the other thing is you're a broker. I want you to talk about what that means to them.
So with the brokerage, we have not just us, but we also have other agents as well that kind of assist. So we're in the west part of the valley here in Arizona, but we've got folks that are East Valley that also vacation and live part of the year in the north country of Arizona. So we really do spread out across the state where we can help and assist you in what you're looking for, the plan that's going to best suit your needs.
And one of the things that Helen, you wanted to talk about today was that you wanted to talk about somebody using somebody local and how important that is.
Very much so. So where you live determine what plans are available to you. So it can get confusing when we're listening to local television advertisement or Facebook or any kind of blogs or whatever. They sometimes are talking to you from a national perspective, whereas where you live, the state and the county determines what plans are available to you. So things that are happening to us in the medical community, we know better than somebody at the end of an 800 number.
And their phone number is 602-750-0620. Now, I know on their sign, it's a different number, but the reason why is because that's Helen's, but we're trying to get them to go to Jennifer. So what we're trying to do here is that's why I'm gonna say that number. I'm only say that one time, but you can check them out on their website, which is Walker Healthcare Advisors is with an E.com, and it's also plural. And it is so important. One of the things that I think is so important is that there's a lot of people, number one, that don't even know people like you exist out there.
Right.
That's number one. And number two, they don't know that it is a free service, or they think that's too good to be true. So they don't believe it. Go
Correct.
ahead, Helen, you tell them.
Yeah, well, we're here to help you, believe it or not. Quite honestly, the way we make our living is when we indeed help you enroll in a plan. But beware, we are here to help you understand what you have. Please don't refrain from calling because you think we're trying to get something from you. We genuinely are concerned that you understand what you have and know that 2026 is going to be different, whether you like it or not. You just need to be aware of those changes, and we have no problem taking a moment talking with you, explaining to you that annual notice of change, which some of you may have read by now, and the others are still reluctant to.
And don't be, because it's very important that you read them, and a lot of people might have not even gotten them or not realized you got it through the email.
Correct. Because a lot of people opted in throughout correspondence with your current carrier. You may have opted in to receive notices by email. So even though we say the word mail, thinking you're physically getting a paper document, it may be in your email. And most of these started mid-September, so go all the way back to your emails at the early part of September and see if your annual notice of change is there.
So, okay, I'm gonna ask you something that's not on one of your pieces of paper here,
Sure.
okay? I've been thinking about this because you are the senior of the two.
Yeah.
And that's okay, cause I am too. But I wanna ask how hard it is even now you even understand it now, when you didn't. How hard is it for those seniors out there to understand Medicare?
Well, even though you can read English and it's printed in English, sometimes our brain just doesn't wrap around what's being said. It's no reflection on you, it's just how we are. If you deal with it, you understand what we're talking about. If it's something you never heard of, it's just like a foreign language.
They put too many letters in the alphabet, in the Medicare alphabet. There's
Correct.
just too many, and there's so many different changes, and there's things going on all the time. The best thing is what they're saying to say, please call someone local. They're local here. They work statewide. It is a free service to you. They bring the old and the new together, which I think is fantastic. And I like the way that, Jennifer, you can help on the medical side of this, and understanding, God forbid somebody didn't, understand why they had to pay for this or that or the other thing.
Right.
Or you also know how to change it, which I love that part there,
Yeah.
so that that makes it so that they don't have to pay it, right?
Exactly.
Again, and that's what it's all about, especially when it comes to, with Medicare. You're talking about money. That's all we want to know is how much money can we save? And she said it herself that 2026 is going to be different. Check them out on their website. It's Walker Health Advisors with an E, and it's 602-750-0620. Did you like that?
Got it. Love it.
We're going to keep on going here in this right now. Okay.
No, and I think part of the answer to your question is when they first became Medicare eligible, a lot of people didn't explain how Medicare really works.
Okay.
They just told them, hey, this is the plan that you should be on, and they don't
That's it.
explain the how and the why. And they don't know what Medicare truly does all by itself before you add in these additional plans.
Perfect. Okay, but, and so, with that, how often, I mean, I can't imagine going along, well, it probably happens a lot, where they're using their Medicare, but they don't know how to use it correctly,
Correct.
you know? And I think that's a big thing. What do you find most happens when they do that, when they're not using it correctly? What happens? What are some of the
They
things?
get a bill and they don't owe it, and they don't know not to pay it.
And that happens a lot.
Wow.
There's a lot of education of telling them, just because you received a bill does not mean you owe it, even when you know you went to that doctor.
Mhm.
They'll think, well, I was there, and they're sending this to me, so I must owe it, and that's not truly the case.
Especially with seniors. Seniors don't understand,
Exactly.
they always wanna do the right thing.
And they don't want you holding this money over their
Oh my
heads,
God,
so
I
you
will
just
not
pay
hold
it.
that money.
Collection people, yeah.
Yeah, that's
To the
hard on
collect,
them.
yeah.
And then would be the second thing maybe that would come up? That people, when they don't know how to use their Medicare,
They don't know that they can change doctors.
okay?
They think they have to wait till an enrollment period to change doctors.
So they
don't know.
can change
They
doctors?
can change the doctors every month if they wanted to.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Wow, there's so many things that you're so right, that all
They
these little
stick with
things.
something that's been gnawing at them all year long, not clearly understanding. All they had to do was call the carrier and say, I want help me find a different primary care.
Or call you
Or
and
either
help
way.
you do it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Either way.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, I think that for sure, when we're working with people who are seniors, there's a few things that happen. I think one of them is that they stay with a carrier because even if it's not
They don't
working with
like
them,
change.
they don't like change.
They don't like
Exactly, yeah.
We're
Well,
gonna have to get over that.
yeah, well, okay, we're gonna say that, okay?
Not all change is bad.
I would think that too, you know, I think that mostly, what's most important is that they understand that this year, of all the years, if they hadn't checked it out, right, if they hadn't, they're gonna be in trouble.
Mhm.
Surprises.
So, we've been talking during the break, and I've been talking with Helen and Jennifer Walker. We've been talking a little bit about what happens to people if they don't understand the Medicare process. And that is what you said when we were talking, is that there are so many people, they have Medicare, but they don't understand how Medicare works. And they do things that actually hurt them, and they don't even have to be doing it, because what they don't know, they don't know, which I say a lot,
Yes.
all the time. So, okay, here we go, Helen, okay? Number one, I asked you what was the first thing that comes up that people that are in Medicare, that they don't realize that they don't have to do and they do all the time, and what was that?
Oh, pay a bill. Pay a bill that they don't owe. Just because you get a bill in the mail does not mean you owe it. And I'm gonna say this, especially in 2026, it's gonna be a rough year for everybody having anything to do with the medical field. And not to suggest that people are dishonest, but they're going to get paid any way they can get paid. So just because you get a bill in the mail does not mean you owe it. Please be very thorough in understanding your plan, what copay it has, and if you're not sure, you can reach out to your current insurance carrier and go to the claims department, and they can help you understand the bill, whether you owe it.
Better yet, you can call them direct, and right here, they're here, that's what makes having somebody local here your agent, that helps you answer those questions, so that you don't have to, when you call the carrier, let me tell you something, that ain't gonna be so easy. Especially, all you have to
It's
do
true.
is just call, Helen answers the phone, or Jennifer answers the phone, they know who you are, they know what you're talking about, they don't have to ask, put you on hold forever,
Correct.
right? And
Correct.
this is what's wonderful about working with a local agent such as them.
Yes.
And their phone number, I'm gonna get it out, is 602-750-0620. They are statewide. This is a free service to you, and yes, it is free. Walker Health Care Advisors, with an E.com. Another thing that you said is that not only do they not owe it, but they also don't know that if they don't like their doctor, you actually can change doctors more often than you realize.
Anytime you're not satisfied with your primary care physician, you do not have to change plans. Most carriers have a huge directory of primary care doctors, and you can change them monthly if you want to until you find that person that meets your expectation of what you want from a primary care physician.
And that's again why it's so fabulous to have somebody local such as them, so that you call them, you tell them,
Yes.
I'm not clicking with this doctor, and they say, you know what, we have no problem, we can look it up and we can find you another doctor, and bing bang boom, you're set.
Correct.
And you can do that as many times as you have to. So using somebody local is awesome. Again, their phone number is 602-750-0620. Okay, drug plans, you wanted to talk about them.
Yes, so going into 2026, and I don't care what plan you're on, whether it's an Advantage plan or standalone drug plan, I want you to be very careful. If you've already read through your annual notice of change, I'm going to suggest that maybe you go back and reread again, because maybe I'm going to point some things out that you just glossed over. It's easy to do. So first of all, you want to make sure about your premium for that particular standalone drug plan. Some of them stayed the same, some may have dropped, but there was any number that increased. So for those of you who have your drug premiums coming out of your Social Security checks, or maybe automatically out of your bank account, it's out of sight, out of mind, and you may not realize that you may have been on a drug plan that actually increased $50 a month in the premium. And there are some plans out there that did that, so be very careful of that.
Well, that's another good reason why to
make a
use
call.
someone local, and these are the people to call so that you can just make that call and they will help you understand that. And she said it, and I'm going to say it again, 2026 is going to be different. And I think in terms of money, they're not just going up a little. Some of them are going up quite a bit.
Very true.
And if you don't see it and you don't know it and you stay with it, you're gonna be sorry. And that's what they're coming up here to talk to you, all of you out there. Please use someone local like them. It's Walker Healthcare Advisors. They work statewide. They bring the young and the old together so that they can help everybody out there understand how Medicare works, and also getting you the right plan for you, the best plan that you can get.
Right.
That number again is 602-750-0620. It is a free service. It makes sense. Please do not call the people on television. I know you're getting inundated with mail, but you cannot call those 800 numbers. It really just does not make sense, especially now.
Correct.
Now, let's talk about some of these other things that we got here. PPOs no longer available.
Well, there's some carriers that, and this again, check your mail and your email for those who opted in to get notices. There were several PPO plans that are exiting the state of Arizona, most of the counties. One carrier pretty much got rid of most of them. And then you have other carriers that the cost of the coverage has increased. They pretty much were not a profitable plan. So as you know, that cost is going to end up in your lap. So things to be aware of are the drug deductibles. Most of them did increase. Some of you never seen a drug deductible on your plans, and now you do. And then the drug formulary itself, across the board, there's any number of medications that you've always has always been covered on your drug formulary that are being dropped next year. Please do not take that for granted.
I bet you everybody out there doesn't know what a formulary is. I
Oh.
mean, that's another reason why to call somebody local.
Well, the drug formulary is a book, or each carrier has their own formulary, and it's a list of your covered medications.
Right.
And so if your medication is not on that formulary, there's no assistance in the payment or purchasing of that drug. Nor does it count toward your out-of-pocket maximum of drug coverage. So if the drug's not on the formulary, if you're getting it through a different source, it doesn't add into your maximum drug count for the year.
Again, another good reason why to call somebody here local.
Yes.
Yes.
And here they are to help you out there. Walker Health Care Advisors with an E.com. Again, they work statewide, and their phone number is 602-750-0620. Okay, here's the other one that we wanted to get to, which that you were telling me earlier that you want everyone to know that once they get their plan or whether they need to create a member account on their member portal.
Yes, definitely. So, in addition to setting up your social security account, your government.gov account, also whatever carrier you have your plan with, you can set up a member account, create a member account. And that way you can view your plan, the changes in your plan, you can see what doctors are available to you. It's a wealth of information, so you don't have to call into the carrier. You can see it for yourself.
Their phone number is 602-750-0620. Call them, let them help you. Do not ask your neighbor.
Correct.
Do not ask your significant other,
Correct.
okay? Because everybody, when it comes to Medicare, when it comes to your health insurance, that is personal to you. So everybody's gonna be different. I know a lot of people, you'll call them up, and they'll say, oh, I'm with Cigna. I love that. I love them. They're just great. But they may not be great for you.
Correct.
What are your final words, Helen?
Well, I'm gonna let Jennifer have the final word.
Okay, I'll let Jennifer, I'm sorry. Go
Oh,
ahead.
That's okay.
Well, now I feel the pressure. The big thing is understanding what works best for you, and that's what we're here to do. Based on whatever your needs are, we can help assist you in finding what plan is gonna best suit your needs, least amount of money out of your pocket.
And that's what it's all about right there, especially this year, the plans, some of them went up, especially with with your drug plans, went up significantly. We're not talking about $5, we're talking about $40 on some of them and even higher. 2026 is going to be different. So give them a call, it's a free service to you. That's what they're here for. They're local, they're gonna be with you forever. Walker Healthcare Advisors.com.
Thank you.